Hi guys, little lady here again. Excuse me. Right, so it's my turn to cook tonight. So I've decided I'm going to do some pulled pork sliders. Now, this is more for me and Ian. And because there's only two of it, I am going to be using pork shoulder steaks rather than a big joint of pork. But anyway, I'll bring you down and show you what it is that I've got. Right, so like I say, I'm going to use these pork shoulder steaks. The date on them is today. I do prefer the shoulder steaks because they have got a bit of fat going through them. If you use the loin steaks, I think they may probably dry out a bit much. So for the dry rub, I've got 1 teaspoon of light brown sugar. That's there. I've got a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of salt and white pepper, and a teaspoon of a teaspoon of paprika and half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And for the actual sauce itself, I have 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, and it's supposed to be 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika, but I ended up having just use the end of the jar because that's all I had left. So what we're going to have them in buns like this, and I'm going to make some homemade coleslaw. So I've got a white cabbage, red cabbage, carrot that needs using up, lemon. I'm not sure whether I want to do like a mayonnaise type dressing or maybe a lemony dressing. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm going to see what the pulled pork tastes like once it's done, and I'm going to do that in the cassoulet. So I'm just going to get that on the go now. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix all of the dry rubs together like this. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that you don't have to have a big joint of pork to do pulled pork. I might do in the summer when family's coming round, I might do a big one then. But if it's just me and Ian, then, you know, some cheap and cheerful steaks like this will do nicely. Just going to get rid of the meat nappy. Right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this dry rub. I'm not using another bowl to put this on. Get that. So it's all covered. Some more. Oh, the vinegar, none of that stuff is actually going right up my nose. Let's get that in there. The last of it all over. Just let that sit there for just for a few minutes. It doesn't have to be on for long. Just pop that on the side. And I'm just going to mix this together. There we go. And the meat juices will all go into this as well when that comes out. They'll all mingle in together. Right. So what we'll do is we'll go over to the cassoulet and we'll get this started. Right, so we're over at the cassoulet now. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this in there, in the bottom. So you've got your little bit of liquid in that. Alright. And then we'll just add in the pork steaks. And I'm going to put it on pressure cook. It's in as well. I'm going to put this on pressure cook for about 20 minutes. And then we'll check it after that. Oops. Bring you down here. So I'm going to seal it, make sure that the seal's on. it's all put on. So where's the pressure cook? There we go. I've got this right. Do you know what it is? Oh, there we go. Ah, preset for 20 minutes. So just press play and just let that get on with it. And we'll see you, well, I've got about another hour left at work. So I'll just let this slow release on its own and then I'll see you once I'm finished. Right guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, I'll finish work by the way. It smells insane in here with that pork. But I'm just going to take off, I'm going to cut this in half first. I think I'll probably only need a quarter of this for now. Just use this one. Put that and that to one side. I don't use it for anything else. I'll do some braised cabbage and put that in the freezer for a Sunday lunch at some point. Get rid of the outer bits. I've got a bowl here. I'm just going to finely slice it. We don't need too much coleslaw. There's only me and Ian. And I've decided I am going to do the lemon juice one because I have tasted the pulled pork and it tastes amazing, to be perfectly honest. I know I say that myself, even though I'm the one that cooked it, but just thinly slice this. You don't want it too thin. I've got the mandolin out to use that, but I just think that might be a bit too thin. You still want to have a little bit of a crunch. All of this in here. People screaming and saying, you should have done the white cabbage first. Yeah, you're right, I should have done. Now I've got red cabbage juice all over my board. But it's going to get mixed together anyway. Just going to give that a quick wipe. I don't want red cabbage on the green cabbage. Again, I just want a quarter of this. And if I don't use it for anything else in particular, then again, I'll cook it off, put it in bags and freeze it for a Sunday lunch. It wouldn't go to waste. Bit of the outer coating. That one's fine. Get rid of the core. Don't want that big core in there. And then just do the same with this. Yeah, it's been a funny old day, well, a day and a half actually. We've got a fault on one of our systems. So there's a few hundred letters have not gone out to customers that should have gone out a month ago. Literally spent the last day and a half doing apology letters and been a bit of a nightmare. But it's Friday, weekend is here now, and we've got some absolutely gorgeous pulled pork. I'm just going to move that out of the way for now. See what I mean about a quarter? That's enough coleslaw for me and Ian, definitely. I think Missy wants some food because she's rubbing herself against me legs. You'll have to wait a bit, baby. So now... Oh, well done. I will clear that up in a second. Just getting my grater out. Top and tail that. In fact, do you know what? Because Missy's around, I want to go and clear it up and I'll come back to you guys. Right guys, all cleared up, so our little paws are safe. And I'll give her some food as well. So I'm just going to grate some carrot in. I'm trying to do it a long way so you don't have little tiny bits. Not that it works very well, but just give it a grate. do like a bit of carrot in coleslaw. Right, so you don't have to stand there and watch me, sit there and watch me grate carrot. I'll come back to you in a bit. I did the carrot in there, so I'm just going to put that to one side for a second. So I've been looking for the last 10 minutes for my lemon squeezer and I can't find it. So we'll just have to do it the old fashioned way. I've got half a lemon that needs used up to start with. So I'm just going to put that in there. And then, so it's like 1.5 lemons in here. I'll get all of those pips out in a second. There we go. I'll just use this, get the pips out. There's one. Just use a little spoon. It'll be easier. Nice lemony hands, but there's nothing wrong with that, is there? Right, and we got this given from my next door neighbour. It's tweed side honey. And it's heather honey. It's beautiful. So I've had a little bit out of it, so I'm just going to use a dessert spoon of that. I can always put more in. Look at that, it's gorgeous. Now I'm not a big honey fan because I find it a bit too cloying, but that, oh, lovely. Bit of salt. Bit of pepper. Hope we don't have a disaster. There we go. Just have this nicely mixed together. Might not feel like it's going to go straight away, but it will. There we go, look, it's starting to go now. So the acid in the lemon will break down some of the fibres in the coleslaw as well. There, lovely. It's going to have a bit of a taste. Beautiful. Oh, it's gorgeous, that. So I have got nice clean hands, so I'm just going to pour that on. Just get it all out. I'm going to be using my hands to mix it anyway. And then, so the acidity will cut through for the pulled pork as well. God, even the smell of this, that honey and the lemon. Right, so what we'll do is we'll leave that like that, just to infuse. We'll give it a bit of a clean up, pop a few bits and pieces away, and then we'll sort out the pulled pork. Right, so I brought the bit out of the cassoulet across. So that's the pork and the juice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pork out of there, put the juice into a pan and start reducing that a little bit, and then we'll do the pulled pork business. Right, so I have a lovely bowl here to put the pork in. I'm going to put that in there. It's all 4 chops. Oh. Right, so I'm going to get this into the pan. For how sticky it was earlier, all of the juices, I'm going to put that straight in there. All of the juices that's come out of the meat and everything is in there now. And here's my pork. So I need that. Excuse me, and I need them. I don't really want the lumps of fat in. So what I'll do is I'll just take that off. Make it a little plate. Just a little plate to put some bits of fat on. See if there's any more. There's no huge chunks of fat actually, so that should be it. Get that to one side, and then what we're going to do is pull it. Look at that. Like I say, if there's only 2 or 3 years, you know, rather than do a big pork joint, get some. It's the shoulder steaks that's got a little bit of fat in. You do want a little bit of fat. I mean, I'm hardly even touching this, you know, and it's just falling apart. And what I'll do is, once this is reduced down a little bit, we'll pop this back in. It's got a little bit of heat with that cayenne pepper, but we don't mind that. Oh, there's a bit of... I don't mind fat, don't get us wrong, but I don't want to be chomping on a big massive bit of it. And just fork this right down. You don't want it to mush, just want nice little strands of it. And for 4 shoulder steaks, you've got a lot of meat here. Whenever you see pulled pork on the TV, they've got these, the Americans, it's the big pork butts, and I just think to myself, you know, if you're just a family of 2 or 3 or even a couple of kids, you know, like sort of yourself, your partner, couple of children, however many, you know, a few buns, a few chops like this, then that's it, you know, you've got it. And that's a lot of meat in there. Thing is, if I did get a big joint of pork, like I say, I would do it if like the family come round. But as there's just us, right, I'm just going to move you around a little bit, and hopefully you can see that that's reducing down. So once that's reduced by just a little bit, so it goes a bit more syrupy, I'm going to put this pork in there and then just let it keep warm. And then when Ian gets home from work, it will be time to have a taste of it. So we'll see you shortly, guys. Right guys, that's reduced right down. It's gone a bit more syrupy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this pork in here and just let it infuse back with that. I just had some food, now she wants treats. Still rubbing herself against my leg. So what we're going to do is we're just going to leave that in there, and then the next time you see her, we'll be making the pulled pork buns. Right, so see you soon. Right guys, so I've just, it's literally soaked up all of that. So what I'm going to do now is I have a bun ready.
Get back.
Get rid of that. Oh. And we're going to put some of this on here. Like I say, these are just shoulder steaks. Just shows you that you don't need to get a big joint of pork to do pulled pork. There we go, look at that.
Nom 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 nom.
Right, so turn that off, pop that up to one side, and there's my coleslaw, and that's with the honey and the lemon. Without the, because the pulled pork is pretty heavy,
yeah,
I didn't want to have a heavy coleslaw on the top of it. So
I've tried a bit, and it's fresh. That's all you want. It cuts through the, like you say, the fat.
Put that there.
Lid on.
And there you go. Pulled pork sandwich.
Lush. Right. Taste testing time.
Yeah.
For the big boy. Right. Okay. Let's get into it. Yum, 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 yum. Looking forward to this.
Friday night treat.
Friday night, lush. Couple of drinks. I've already missed one match. And the Germans have been knocked out. So, there you go. The old enemy's gone. So, let's dig into this. Lovely. Oh yeah, damn, that's good.
Well, it is your barbecue sauce on the pork.
It's that barbecue sauce. And like I just said, the freshness of that coleslaw cuts through the richness and of the pork and the fattiness. It just cuts right through it, and it's just a perfect balance. It's lovely. Fresh white baps. Lush.
I had to use your barbecue sauce that you did on your ribs on your channel because we absolutely loved it. So I used the same for the pulled pork.
Very floury baps.
It's corn topped.
Corn, oh yeah, you can see. Corn on the top. Really nice. But I'm getting the barbecue sauce, and then I'm getting the freshness of the coleslaw. It's lovely. Really, really good. Give it a go, guys. You know it makes sense. Right, so once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Keep the comments coming. Any suggestions for any recipes on either channel, please let us know, and we'll do our very best to do it. We put it on a list, write it down, and then we try and do it. It might not be straight away, but we will do it eventually.
And I just have to say, I'm getting, well, not a little bit lazy with commenting back, but sometimes I have busier days than others, so
Snap.
I'm trying to now reply to every single person. If I don't get to you, it's not that I haven't read your message. It just means that I'm trying to get through them as much as I can. Been on 10 till 6s this week, so it's been a little bit difficult. Next week might be a little bit better, so let's just see how
Hopefully.
it goes.
Yeah. So again, enjoy the rest of your Friday night and the weekend.
Have a lovely weekend, everybody.
And we'll see you very soon.
And if you're working, I hope it goes quickly for you.
Yeah, snap.
I spent 13 years working weekends, so I know exactly what it feels like.
Yeah, and I've done all that over the years.
Yeah.
Saturdays and Sundays and
yeah.
Nah.
So it's one of them things. I'm lucky enough now to work Monday to Friday, so I know I'm going to have a nice weekend off.
Yeah.
So tell you what, we'll see you soon, and thank you very, very much for watching.
Bye for now, guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.